Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Rico and I'm back with another video. Today I'm gonna talk to y'all a little bit about how to take that stimulus check, since that's the talk of the town right now, how to take that stimulus check and start a clothing line or a t-shirt printing business. They're actually one and the same. So if you like my content, like always, man, please don't hesitate to smash the like button, subscribe, comment, talk to me down there, man. Let me know what y'all think. So that's enough of me talking. Let's get right into it. All right, so one of the first things I want to go over, you know how I do it on this channel, is the startup costs, okay? Now, with our stimulus check, we're going to have a little wiggle room with our startup costs. However, I'm still going to take you through some cost-efficient ways because I want to leave you something to play with, you know? So let's go over the startup costs for two different ways to do this. And the first route is the online sort of made-to-order drop ship type method, okay? And the pros for that, the pros is that super low startup costs, super low. So $30 a month for Spotify, the money for designs. Now you could go to Fiverr, but honestly you would be better suited to go to Instagram, find a quality designer like myself. No, I'm just playing, but seriously, get a quality designer. You're probably going to be looking at $50 to $100 for a solid sellable design, okay? Then your advertising budget, Facebook ads, Instagram ads, Pinterest ads, and then maybe, just maybe, your website design. Maybe you need to do that. However, with Shopify, because you can customize your own themes and everything like that, it's not really just mandatory that you do that. So those are the startup costs for that method, okay? Now we're going to talk about another way to do this. And this is the way I actually would do it if it were me. However, if you want to try it the online way, hey, I've done both, okay? The second way, it's a little bit more pricey up front, but you're going to make higher profit margins in the end. So you're also going to have to spend money on your machine to print your shirts. And in this case, I'm gonna talk about a vinyl cutter, simply because I'm trying to keep you under your stimulus check and with something left over to play with. Okay. Also, something that you're gonna have to price out is maybe getting a screen print job done at a local screen printer, and that all costs money. So those are just startup costs, and I promise you this way is going to be the most profitable option. I'm not biased either way, though. I'm just going to teach you how to do both because I've done both. Let's jump right into our profits. The first route, the internet route, let's take into account the fact that we spent $100 on 2 designs, right? $50 a design, that ain't bad. Advertising budget, let's say we spent $20 for a week. You know, that's just testing the waters type deal. And then let's say we do the website ourselves. That's honestly how I would do it. We're already in the hole $120. And this is what would have to happen for you to make $100 profit using this method. So first, I want to teach you a little bit about Shopify. First off, if you're not familiar with Shopify, it's the leading standard for online stores, period. They offer a free trial, and after that, it's $30 a month. You can get custom themes. You can design it yourself. And here are some examples of some sites that I've seen before that you really can't tell is Shopify because the sites are doing so well. So they have some pretty awesome sites. Through Shopify, there's several drop shipping print-on-demand services. The top 2 are Printful and Printify. The one I'm most familiar with is Printify, so I'm gonna go ahead and take you through that, and here's how it works in a nutshell. So they take the order, you pay them a fee plus shipping because they're gonna ship it out, and then boom, it's that easy. And that's why it's so low risk, and that's why it's one of the biggest pros. You don't have to hold no inventory or ship no inventory. You have your design, you upload it into the shirt, it gives you a little platform to place it. You see how it looks, you submit it. It's that easy. So that's the pro of doing that. You just have to submit orders. So if you're doing shirts, you pick the shirt. It varies by price, location, quality of the shirt. And while most people go for the lowest price shirt, and what you'll learn pretty fast when you're doing online selling is what you'll learn pretty fast is that in this type of game, the ship time is what's most important, okay? Because Amazon's got everybody spoiled. So I try to go for a balance between the highest quality shirt and the lowest ship time, okay? So just make sure you forecast for that, and also look at the shipping cost because it shows it on the page. Look at the shipping cost and factor that in when you're doing the profit in your head, okay? So once you upload your design, you set your price, and then boom, in this scenario, okay, the shirts from the supplier that we see here is $9.59 plus $4 shipping, and that's a total of $13.59, okay? And let's say our price point is $20, which is actually the standard for a t-shirt. There's data that suggests that most people are not willing to pay more than $20 for a shirt online, especially from a brand they don't know. So you can go over that. You can price it where you want. You can go under that. Some people go under. So, because remember, I got another video explaining about how it's not always about the profit margin. It's more so about how many times you can profit. So if you can do some volume, then even if you're only making $2 profit, you're still running it up. So, larger sizes usually are more expensive. That's normal, but extra large is going to be your most popular size. And at $13.59 and getting them at $20 a pop, that's about $6.41 profit per shirt. And to make $100, you'd have to sell about 15 of those shirts, which is really doable, especially if you've paid for some affecting advertising. Sorry. So that's just a couple ways that you can do it that way. The second route. Now for the second route, it's much more pricey up front. However, you can be able to get higher profit margins. And let's just play out two scenarios in this route. So, and remember, the goal is to make $100 profit. So let's say you go buy the shirts in bulk, get them printed locally. You can use AliExpress to buy the shirts. You can use another place called Alfred Broder, which I suggest or whatever. And let's say you order 20 shirts, which is usually the start, which is a decent amount to start with. For the shirts I found on AliExpress, you actually pay $34 a shirt, but you have to pay $90 shipping, which is bogus. But it comes out to about $127, about $6 per shirt, which ain't really that bad anyway. I would guess the only way to really make that worth it is to order hundreds of shirts, which you can afford with your stimulus check. If you want to go and say, man, I'm getting $500 worth of shirts, I don't care about holding inventory, I'm all in, I'll do it, then hey, you can do that. It'll be more worth your while to do that, and then your profit margins will go like this or whatever. So, but in this example, we're only doing $20. So on average, depending on the color, the average screen print, if you take it to get them printed at a local print shop, the average screen print is about $5.50 to $9 based on the design, colors, size, and the print run. The more shirts you run, the less each print will be. Let's go right in the middle and say $7.25 per print. That's $145 in screen printing job alone. So you're in the hole about $270, and that means you've paid at this point, as when they become a finished product, you've paid about $13.50 for each shirt, which is about $6 in profit, if you can get them off for $20. And you'd also have to sell 15 shirts to make 100. And I know what you're thinking. You're like, bro, I might as well do the online option. I don't have to hold anything. And, I'm not going to say you're wrong about that. What I am going to tell you is that you're going to come out with a higher quality print this way than the first scenario, simply because a local print shop, I guarantee you, is going to, with the actual screen printing machine, is going to print a higher quality shirt than these print on demand shops. The game isn't really quality, it's quantity, because you're not the only one who has a online store or whatever who wants to print shirt. There's hundreds, thousands, maybe millions of people doing that. So their whole game is getting them out fast. The quality, I promise, is going to be better this way. However, it is more work. It is more startup costs. It is, more risky. However, down the road, like I'm about to explain down the road, it can get more profitable. So let's explore another way to do this one. Okay, let's say you want some higher quality shirts. I recommend Alfred Broder or any wholesaler that carries quality shirts, and that's the good stuff or whatever. I've seen the good Supreme. For all my hype beasts out there who are familiar with the brand Supreme, I've seen the blanks somewhere on eBay before, and I bookmarked it. I'll include it in the description. But better quality shirts cost more, but you may be even able to charge more. However, and better quality always equals more sales 99% of the time. And in this scenario, I'm going into Alfred Broder and I'm buying 20 Next Level shirts. Next Level is a high quality shirt brand. 20 shirts, that's $172 plus shipping. This time shipping isn't $90. The bulk of what you're paying is for the shirts, which is how it should be. Now, in this example, what if you had your own machines, and what if you can make the shirts yourself? This is a game changer, okay? And this is where it gets way more profitable down the road. Remember, this route is a lot more money up front. However, if you're in it for the long run and serious about having a clothing line or even be your own little t-shirt print shop, it's gonna work out for you. Let's say you had a vinyl cutter to cut out your designs, and then you apply, a heat press vinyl. You can get a big heavy duty one, or you can get a Cricut machine. Either one of these options are gonna put you in the hole. This is more valuable down the line, and as you can mass produce your own shirts, and you don't know how valuable that is. Making yourself not only a clothing line, but a business, that's the most important thing. So let's say you buy the industrial vinyl cutter or whatever. That's the one I've seen is $449, then $20 for vinyl rolls, and then let's say $100 for the heat press. And I know you're thinking like, bro, now I'm in a whole $741. I'd have to sell the 20 shirts for like $37 just to make my money back, let alone make $100. And you're correct. You would have to do that if you're trying to get out of the hole right then. However, here's where you win in the end. Let's say you sell those higher quality shirts locally and online. If you sell them locally, you eliminate all the shipping headaches. You eliminate the cost and everything. But let's say you put them online too. Let's say you sell them all for $20, which is the standard. You could go to 25, but let's say 20, and you get that 400 back. And while you haven't covered that full 741 that you're in the hole, you've not only bid a huge chunk out of it, but you've created some capital to go re-up and buy another 172. Go get another 20 shirts for $172. And then you can repeat the same flow, or you can say, man, I'm getting more shirts, or man, I'm spending this whole 400 on more shirts or whatever, because now you have your own printing machine. You have your own printing. You're your own manufacturer at this point. And so what's starting to happen is now, let's say you go back and get the 20 shirts for 172 from Next Level. And now that comes out to about $8.60 a shirt. And like I said, if you use a whole roll of vinyl or 2 rolls on 20 shirts and you divide it by the 20 shirts, that's only $1 or $2 extra per shirt. So now when you're doing it yourself this time, now you've gotten the price of the shirts down to about $10 a shirt. And that's how much it's costing you to get the shirt and make the shirt. And so that equals a lot more profit. You mix and match those options and you do what works for you. But I promise you, doing it this way, the second way, is the most profitable in the end. Okay. Now, this is my favorite part, actually. Y'all like profit. I like things to know. Okay. The number one thing I'm going to tell you is find a lane, right? Find a look, find a wave, sort of. Okay. Make shirts, make designs that pop, okay? That's where you're going to win over a guy who was just going to go get a graphic tee from Nike or from the Cowboys. That's where you win him over. If you're on the internet and you see a design that's just irresistible, or you're into anime or whatever it is, you got to have a design that pops. if you're going the online route, marketing is the key. You've got to make some ads. You've got to be able to pay some influencers to promote and maybe rock your brand. If nobody knows you, nobody will buy a shirt from you. You can even take this to Etsy. However, don't tell them I told you to do it, as they do frown upon drop shipping. However, Etsy is the place where, people starting maybe a graphic tee line or something like that could excel, or, even not a graphic tee, just, with letters or words on it, whatever, quote tees or whatever, you could excel on that in Etsy. It is very, 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 very important that your website is clean and trustworthy looking. This is when I said earlier, it might be worth it, depending on how good you can finesse it. It might be worth it to just hire somebody to do the website, because the biggest hurdle about selling online in this type of atmosphere is people are not going to put their credit card information in on a site that looks even remotely sketchy. I'm talking about, if let's say there's a 10 item checklist that you have to meet to not be sketchy. If you meet 9 and don't meet 1, they're not going to buy. So make sure it looks good. Go look at some other sites. I'll give you a list of sites that are Shopify sites, or not even Shopify sites. Go look at jcpenney.com. Go look at major retailers and look at how clean their websites are, type of banner images they have on there, and you'll start to understand that, okay, I have to either be on par with this or better to win over somebody who doesn't know anything about my brand. So that is the most important part. Now, if you're doing it the second way, let me tell you what's also important. It is important that if you're going to do it yourself, that you practice your process, get it down to a science, to where, number one, you can do it quick, but number one, you can do a good quality job. The biggest hurdle with that, a lot of people who do that, they don't take the time to make sure that the vinyl is pressed on good and all that stuff. So they produce shirts to where the letters or the graphic or whatever is peeling off. And so don't do that. Don't do it that way. Make sure you practice and learn how to make it stick. Maybe buy a test shirt, put it on there, throw it in the washer, throw it in the dryer, and see if, maybe, hey, have I bought cheap vinyl? Did I not buy the one that Rico recommended to me? Seriously though, you just learn that so that you're not producing low quality, because your quality is your name pretty much when it comes to this. So another thing, and this isn't a warning or a thing to know. This is just like hey, this is a good thing to know if you're gonna do it the offline method, if you're gonna invest in yourself and buy the machines you need. Okay, if you're gonna buy the machines you need, when your clothing line is slow, you can always take orders for prints. There's always small companies looking for somebody who will take a print job but doesn't have a minimum order of 500 or whatever. So, get on Facebook Marketplace and say, hey, I'll print X amount of shirts for X amount of dollars. And, I used to get hit up the most by people with painting companies, local, people with landscaping companies that are local, and they say, hey man, I got about 12 guys on my yard crew and I need about 12 shirts pressed up. I tell them, okay, I'll do them for $10 a shirt. You got to provide the shirts, and they say, okay, that's fair. And they bring them over to me, and hey, I made some money. So that's probably why I suggest that route the most, because not only can you produce your clothing line if you want to have one, but you can also double as a print shop and make your money that way too. And you might even make more money doing that than your clothing line. But don't ever stop chasing your clothing line. Just use the money for that to put into better designs, maybe pay somebody to make you a fabulous website. But those are just some ways I felt like you could use that stimulus check. Let me know in the comments if this video helped you, if this video was helpful at all, and let me know what y'all want to hear, man. I think I'm gonna do another how to use stimulus check to do this type video. So love everybody out there, man. I'm signing off. If you like my content, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe. But yeah, man, I'm trying to chase this YouTube thing, bro. I appreciate everybody rocking out with me. I appreciate everybody supporting me, and man, we just gonna keep going. So once again, peace to the world. Y'all reach out to me if you need me. Let's get it.